guys, what's up? Got some side hustle updates because today was my Thursday Prop 22 payout for Uber Eats. I wasn't going to talk too much about it, just a little bit. I'm back to having car trouble, so this week did not go as planned. I think I had initially stated that I was going to do $40 a day profit. That did not happen. I don't even know what I don't understand. Okay, sorry. Let me speak more clearly. So, it looks like today I got a Prop 22 earning of $38.34, and adding that to my $12 that I had left remaining in my wallet, it looks like I have $53.34 that hasn't been cashed out yet. And this is from, let me see, earnings. So I drove quite a bit, but I really didn't drive that many days this week or since the past Prop 22. So, today is Thursday, May 1st of 2025. So my previous payout was Thursday the 17th of 2025 in April. And that was the one where I had explained that I somehow got like that $14. So pretty much I didn't drive but like a little bit. So let me go through that a little bit. So the 17th I got that payout that was $14.27. That's the last time I got a payout from Prop 22. Now I didn't drive the rest of that week. The 18th, 19th, or coming into that next week, Sunday the 20th. I didn't drive all the next of that week. The next day I drove was the 27th on Sunday. That's the only day I drove, was the 27th on Sunday. I thought I drove more days. I was online for 3.5 hours. I was active for 31 minutes. I think my total earnings that day was $39.03. I was going to try to make a little bit more to put some into gas because I was just a little less than $1 short of my $40 that I was trying to do for that day. Now, I was actually planning on doing $40 that day on the 27th and then continuing. I had planned to do the 28th, the 29th, the 30th, and then Thursday the 1st. I had planned to do $40 a day every day. So I had planned that by Thursday the 1st, I would have had 40 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So $200 profit on the 1st, before the Prop 22. Now that didn't happen because I started having car trouble. Was I having car trouble Sunday? I don't know if I had car trouble Sunday. I can't remember what day it was. Let me see. So, Sunday was the 27th. I know for a fact, Tuesday, I was having some issues. I think Monday, actually, I think it was Monday or Tuesday. I want to say it was Tuesday. Yeah, I want to say it was Tuesday. I had tried to go to the gym. I'd put some oil in the car because I was getting, I think Monday on the 28th, I was getting some kind of notification about like the oil light was coming on again and stuff. And so I think no, that must have been Sunday because Sunday was out. So Sunday must have been the day that I purchased oil. Didn't put it into the car until maybe Monday morning. That doesn't feel right though. But yeah, Sunday I did purchase the oil. So then Monday I would have put it in and tried to go to the gym. And then when I went to the gym, or the car was making some weird, it had some weird things going on. And so dude, I don't know what day it was, but either way, um, I basically wasn't doing deliveries because one of these early days of the week I had some issues. But I remember the last time I was out was probably Sunday because I remember buying the oil. Because I thought maybe I just need to top off the oil. Then Monday came around, and that must have been the day I put the oil in because I was going to go drive and went to the gym first. I was going to drive later in the day, maybe. Went to the gym first. Um, Ended up parking but not turning the car off because it was making all these crazy noises. Then I drove it all the way back home, making crazy sounds. Um, and then I think Tuesday, maybe I had ordered some things. I thought, after researching it out, I thought there were some things I could try to do to fix it. So the supplies must have come Wednesday. That makes sense that they came Wednesday. I tried in the morning, that didn't work out. Trying to do what I was going to do to fix it. Um, it didn't work, but the car wasn't making noises, but then the check engine light came on. And then I ended up taking the bus to the gym. And then today I had some Amazon returns because the things that I ordered couldn't really be used. And then I had some, let's see, yeah, today I took the bus to the gym as well. And today's the day that I got the Prop 22 payout. So I only really drove on the 27th. So all this money that came in was from the 27th. So total hours since the past Prop 22 was 3 hours online, 36 minutes, with active hours of 1 hour and 31 minutes active. And I made on that day $39.03 total. I cashed some of it out, and then by the next day, I had $12 in there that I had left. And then I waited all the way until today, and then I got this added in, Prop 22 of $38.34. So altogether, if we're 38, 34, 38, 34 plus 39, I don't remember how many cents it said, $77.34 or so, or 37 cents or something like that. So like $77 for like 3 hours of driving. I mean, I don't know how this even gets calculated. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it doesn't make sense because I was active an hour 31 minutes, but I got a lot of payout. So maybe the Prop 22 bases on your time online as well, because I was online 3 hours 36 minutes, just like that other day when I was online for like about an hour or so, and I got like $14 out of nowhere. Like I hadn't even done anything yet. So I hadn't even gotten an order or anything yet. So I don't really understand, but it looks like, I mean, $77 for one day of driving like that, that's not bad. It was almost like 4 hours. I was expecting to be online maybe 4 hours a day, making $40 profit a day, and then I was gonna see what the Prop 22 payout was gonna be, but I think it is worth it. If you have a car with decent mileage, it's looking like it's probably worth it. Because if I could have done that, like 4 hours a day of driving, 3, 4 hours a day, and made the same amount of money, made about $40 a day, and let's say that I would have gotten a Prop 22 of like 38 each time, which I don't really know, but If that's how it was, $38 for 5 days, that's an extra $190. Um, plus the 200 from the other days, that's 390 for um 4 hours a day of 5 days. That's $490. Or sorry, $390. Um, Now I don't know how much you'd have to make to put back into gas and all that, but you'd have to figure that math out for yourself. But 390 is pretty decent for like almost like just weekdays on a week. I mean, per month, if it's like 4 weeks in a month, that's like 1560 a week for basically almost part-time work. Um, Now you do have to consider what's going to be profit for you. So you're probably going to be driving more than that, and to put the gas in your car, you're probably going to be making a little bit less than that. But it's like $1,500, which isn't that bad. Um, so it wasn't feeling worth it before, but I'm thinking, you know, depending how the days go, the sales, this might be a method, maybe if it's every other day, you could still come out with 1,500 a month. Um, for most people in most places, that would probably pay your rent. Not here in LA for the most part, but it would still be at least almost half of your rent, or a third of almost half of your rent, maybe, yeah, half of your rent, almost your whole rent if you're paying like 2,000 or so. Um, so if you could find an extra 4 hours a day, 20 hours worth a week to drive, you could basically pay your rent with this almost. I'd say in most states, um, or near that. You could almost pay your whole rent. So that's most people's biggest expense is going to be their rent. Your car payment's usually not going to be like 1,500 to 2,000 a month. Your insurance isn't usually going to cost that much. Your groceries usually aren't going to cost that much. Um, you're usually not going to have other things that are going to cost that much just individually. So 1,500 is not a bad amount of money to shoot for part time. And I wish I could have done all the hours I was expecting to do, but unfortunately that didn't happen. Um, but I was not expecting the Prop 22 payout to be that much. When I saw today that said 38, I thought that was 38 added to the 12 that's already in there. I didn't think that was going to be $38 for one 3.5 hours of driving, um, with only like an hour and a half of it counting as like actual uh, time doing deliveries. I just stayed online that long basically. So you can do with that what you want. I think it might be, it's, I mean, we're talking side hustles here. So, if you could make 1,500 a month extra, and I'm not even doing it that much, like, even the amount that I got is perfectly fine with me. It's just, I guess I can't predict it. I don't know how to predict or calculate what the Prop 22 is going to be. Because if I knew how to calculate that, it would be a little bit easier to calculate what I'm spending on gas. I'm definitely spending a lot on repairs, but I don't want to blame Ubering for that because it's not like I'm driving everywhere all the time. Like you know, even since the last time, I had only really driven like one day. Like I've hardly driven any days. Um, I mean, I have plans to do it, but it's like I'm not gonna be getting like stranded somewhere. So the car's going into the shop, but somebody else has it right now. Um, One of my folks decided to take it and go drive to the other side of town, so I don't have anything to do with that. But I mean, it still drives, but it definitely was making noises the other day, and I don't know what that was all about. So, well, I kind of have a feeling, but I don't know. Maybe there's too much oil. Maybe we need a new oil filter. I don't really know what it would be though. Um, like what the issue would actually be, but there's some kind of issue because the light came on, and it's all like in a sequence of events. But at least the money came in. Like that's a pretty decent amount considering that I drove just one day. To have like a surprise, 50 something bucks just like sitting in my account. Um, it looks like my last payout was April 27th of $64.21. So I can cash this out, when I feel like it, and then I'll have an extra, well, let's see. Because they're going to take $1.25. So if I cash this out, I have 52.09. So I've got 52 bucks just kind of sitting in Uber just from one day of driving. Um, but 12 of that is from extra funds that were added after I had withdrawn that 60 something dollars. And then the 64 or whatever that it says that I withdrew on April 27th, some of that money was there from that other day that I had actually driven. I just kept the money kind of sitting in the account. I didn't really take it out. So that's some good news. I wasn't expecting to hear that. I think Wednesday next week, on the 7th, I should have a couple extra bucks coming in from the apartment viewings, that gig. But I don't know yet. I'm about to call again. Let me check that one actually. See. Let me just check in with it and see how it's going. I think I made my calls this morning. I had skipped a couple days because I was kind of stressed dealing with this stuff. So let's see. What did I say I was checking? Yeah, let's check the apartments. Need to kind of refresh this and log in. All right. So we're gonna look at this. I haven't heard back from one of the spots that told me that they're gonna get back to me. I haven't heard the other one that's saying that that they were gonna transfer this shop so it doesn't get canceled. I did have a notification saying that because I hadn't been working on it for a few days. But one of these is expecting to pay out. The Lawndale one might pay out. Oh man, I kind of forget where to click. Where's the dollar amount? This one is $40 plus a $35 bonus. I don't know how much of this I'm gonna get on the 7th, because I'm not doing it fully because I haven't been able to like go yet. I haven't been able to go in person, so I don't know how much they're actually gonna pay me. So that's 40 plus. So that's gonna be 35, 40, 75. Wow. Let me write this down. So Lawndale is 75. There's an Inglewood, which they're the ones, they haven't told me anything yet. There hasn't been any kind of update with this one, but $40 plus a 30, so it's $70. Let's see, I have two others, but I don't know if I can work on them yet. And let's see, then I'm gonna look at the map and check it out. I think I'm waitlisted. Yeah, I'm assigned as a backup to two others. Assign as backup. You will receive an email to accept or decline the shop should the current shopper fail to complete the shop. So I'm on the back burner for these dudes. One of them is in Redondo Beach. The other one is in Harbor City. So I don't know about either of those. Let's see how much it would pay. I don't know if I can even see fully how much it's going to pay. Let's see. What did I say? Oh, I can look it up, I think. So one was Harbor City. Let me look at it might not show on the map though. Let me just look and see. It might not show on the map. Yeah, these aren't showing on the map because I've already kind of clicked them. There's a Marina Del Rey. And then there's a Long Beach. But the Long Beach needs a video. But you can shop anyone. But it's only for $40. Wait. No, it's purple. Purple means okay. So this record telephone and record on site. I might be able to add this Long Beach one. In case I'm there, because I was kind of wanting to go down to Long Beach. Okay, let me preview it. It's only $40, but if I'm gonna be down there anyways, let's look at it. I might be able to do this one. $40. Let me see. I might just add it to the list and see what happens. Yeah. Okay. Let me accept this. Ah. Recommend using your cell phone with a voice recording app. However you record the audio on site, it must be clearly audible, complete, and able to be uploaded to your shop as a backup document. Okay, so I'm gonna add this. Yeah, I don't know what I did with my second microphone. I should have two microphones. I mean, I do have two microphones. I just don't know where one of them went. There's one for San Pedro that's already taken. I don't see it on here though. Let's see. I don't know how easy it would be to get over there though. Alright, I'm just gonna add myself just in case. I'm adding a $75 one to be the backup, and then I'm gonna add a Hawthorne $70 one to be a backup. But these are specific people that you need to contact. But I'm gonna self-accept them anyways. Because the ones that are closest to me, it just makes sense to try to do them. This isn't that hard. I mean, it takes a little following up about every day, and you are at risk of getting kicked off if you like your account's gonna get at risk if you don't like do it. But alright, let me see if I can call one of these places and schedule for maybe Saturday. I might be there Saturday if they're open Saturday. I could probably do Saturday or like Monday. Um, yeah, Saturday or Monday. And then, yeah, so I'm gonna look up the apartment, look up the information, try to call them today. And then I might have one in the bag. And then that one's gonna be $40. Um, so I'm gonna add this Long Beach audio 40. And then I still have the Lawndale and Inglewood one that I'm working on. And then I added these other two. How much did I say they were? Dang, I forgot. The ones that I just set myself as a backup. Let me look. Okay, so I'm gonna back up with a lot of these dudes. Oh, I didn't know. Okay, I can expand this. Okay, now it shows all the rates. So, oh, the Long Beach one has an extra $10 bonus. So that would actually be $50, not 40. So it's gonna be $50. Very cool. I'm a backup for 4 of them. I already talked about the first 2. Then I added a Harbor City for 80. Ooh, it's $80 bonus. And then I added a Hawthorne for not $80 bonus, but $80 total because the $40 bonus. And then Hawthorne, $70 total. All of them, I talked about this. The base rate for all of them is $40. And then they all have bonuses attached, but they don't always have bonuses attached. So pretty much, I'm prioritizing. I mean, there are 2 that I'm on the list that I'm on. I'm the primary caller right now. I'm the first person who's supposed to be calling them. I just don't know what's going to happen with that money. So once I know, I guess we'll know by May 7th. I'll get to report back and see if they give me the whole amount or part of the amount or what. I mean, there were days when I wasn't like doing it. And they did kind of have to send me like a notice that's like, you need to kind of do this or else it's going to get reassigned to someone else. And luckily I saw it last night and I was like, oh shoot. So I have to put it in my planner to um schedule to come in. Let me look at this Long Beach one. I'm gonna look at this Long Beach one. I feel like this mic doesn't pick up that much. It's on my shirt, but it feels like it doesn't pick up much. Let's see. I'm gonna look at the info for this Long Beach one. Right. This is a site that I haven't done before, so I shouldn't be. Yes, I'm not on their list. Should probably make sure the bus goes here. So let me make my post-it. Basically, I have like I said, I have a sheet of paper with post-its. That has all the information. So when I call, I just have the information and I'm not like scrambling around. So I put the day that I added it. This is going to be Thursday, 5/1. I'm going to put the address where it's supposed to be, and it's anyone, so that's going to be really good. As long as somebody answers the phone, we should be solid. I'm not going to call with you guys on here. I put the address. Dang, man. Sorry, this pen doesn't really work very good on this desk. I think, yeah, it's a wooden desk. So So we're doing Long Beach here. And 903. So I got the name of the place. And then this one is an anyone. I put the name big so that I can see it, so that I know who I am calling. I'm calling anybody who answers their phone. This is Saturday. So if I want to do this Saturday, let's see. I'm gonna check the maps and see in general what it looks like for me as far as distances and everything, and if I have to take the bus, because I'm rolling with the bus this week. So the bus there and back, let me see, is like $1.75 one way. So if I'm taking the bus, total, it's gonna be, let me see, it's gonna be $3.50. So that's gonna come out of the profit. Now that's less than a gallon of gas. Our gas is almost at $5, which means with this car, if I were to drive the car, I'd actually be paying more money to drive the car. I think I can just take, well, let me double check that it's just one bus. So if I look at the public transit from my location, I'm doing this because I need to know how much money I'm actually spending. I mean, yeah, it's about an hour, 8 minutes. That's kind of normal. Maybe 50 minutes if there's no traffic. Maybe like an hour 15 if there is traffic. That's be a bus. And it looks like I can take the bus all the way there, one bus, and then it's basically gonna drop me. And then, yeah, it says the bus comes every 12 minutes. And then it's a 2-minute walk from the bus stop. This apartment is, so that's not bad at all. I don't know if I can check it for a different day. If I can check it for Saturday. Depart. Because I need to figure out what time I want to be there. If I want to be there Saturday, I probably want to get there around 11 or 12. So if it takes like an hour, I have to leave around 11 to get there at 12. Sorry, I'm going back on the map. So 11 to get there at 12. I might want to do a little earlier. Saturday, 10:30. I could do Saturday like 10:30. If I leave Saturday at 10:30, I'll get there like 11:30. So I could say Saturday at noon. Saturday at noon. I don't know. I would actually prefer to be there at 11. So Saturday at, if I leave, it's like there's a bus at 10. There's a bus at 9:35. So if I say Saturday at 11 a.m., that's my preferred time. So I'm planning this out now. I go, so the bus would be 9:30 a.m., 9:35 a.m. to 10:26 a.m. So the traffic will be a little better then too. And then I'd want to say Saturday I'd want to meet at 11 a.m. So I get there a little early, which would be fine. Or I could take a bus a little later too at 10:04 a.m. and get there at 10:56 a.m. But that's cutting it a little close. I'd rather be like 30 minutes early than 30 minutes late, or you know. And then yeah, so that sounds like a nice little trip. If I have to take the bus, that's already planned. If I have to drive, it's gonna be uh, 30 minutes driving, 50 something minutes. Yeah, 57 minutes. Or 50, yeah, if I'm taking the bus, so it's not bad. So I write the same thing on my post-its. I write the amount. So I'm looking for a 1 bedroom. This is kind of the shopper story. So if I go to reading the shopper story, 1 bedroom or a 2 bedroom. So if I go to read the shopper story, I mean, yeah, 1 bedroom. If I look this place up, I need to know how much the apartments actually cost. So I'm gonna look it up. Okay, I usually go on apartments.com, which is normal. I look up the rate and then I say what my, okay, so monthly rent, they have, what do they have available? They have a 1 unit available. So they have studios to 2 bedrooms. So they have 1 to 2 bathrooms. So they have, is this a 1 bedroom or a studio? I can't really tell. Okay, let me look at the 1 bedrooms because the studio's already over $2,000. 1 bedroom. Okay, so you have a couple places. They have a $700 deposit. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. Geez, these are really pricey. So they range from 2305 for a 1 bedroom to a 2746. That's the most expensive one I'm seeing for 1 bedroom. 20, yeah. There's 2305, 2405, 2495. Okay, they have 4 unavailable ones. So we're gonna stick with the available ones. So it's to 2495, and then I put my budget that I have to tell them. Because if you don't know what your budget is when you call, you're gonna sound crazy. I'd say that my budget's like 2,400. Dang, that's so expensive, dude. 2,400. So that means so if that's the case, that means that your income is monthly a third, like $7,200 a month. And then let me see. Yeah, that's a month. And then if you're working 40 hours a week, that's 1,600 hours a week. Or sorry, a month. 1,600 hours a month. Right? But okay. Okay. So that's pretty much. So I'm available. Let me see. I'm available Saturday or Monday. Then the call number for dial out for me is gonna be what? We're getting close to 4 p.m. The dial out for me is, yeah, here's the phone number. It's the same number every time. But I like to have it on here. And then the code. I just like to have all the stuff on here. Because then I don't have to keep going back onto the website and looking at it. And then I have to say that I want a move-in date. That's usually what they're going to ask you. So I could say, like, viewing on Saturday, I'd say the 15th. May 15th. That's what I'm saying for all of them right now. And then I basically, underneath this, have the times of when I call. And that's pretty much all I need to collect. So I'm going to put calls for today. Let's see if they answer when I call in like a minute. Let me just read this through real quick and make for sure that it's not anything ridiculous. So when to shop is Monday through Friday. Project description, always take priority original instructions. Site portions, telephone. Okay, so I don't think I can leave a message or anything. And then, okay. So the move-in date needs to fall somewhere between 2 weeks and 4 weeks. Ooh, so that, let me see. If I'm meeting on Saturday or Monday, let me see. Let's call it the 1st. Because if it's Saturday, the 1st, June 1st. Dang, that's crazy to think. June 1st. Three. So if I go on the 3rd, June 1st is going to be 31 days. No, from there it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's just past 4 weeks. Okay. It says between. I don't want to not follow the rules. So we'll say May 18th. We're not going to say the 15th. We're going to actually say for this one the 18th. If I go Saturday or Sunday, we're going to want it to be that day. Okay. And then okay. It always says attempt to call and visit same day, but I kind of can't do that. I just need to make sure I'm not going to be breaking any of the rules, so I'm just kind of looking at this to see what it says, because sometimes the instructions are a little different for each site. Usually they're pretty much the same thing, but sometimes they are a little bit different. Okay. So it doesn't say not to call near 4. I'm basically gonna call. Alright, so let me call right now, and then that's pretty much all I have to say, but I'll report back if I get any updates.